on the mic, saying peace to my wife and every woman living hell in life. But as a male, I can't speak for them, so my message is from boys to men. But it ain't coolie and it ain't harmony when you talk about male supremacy. It makes me sick to think that most men's lives revolve around their dicks. And where do these ideas come from? It's not like innocent children choose them. They're taught how to behave by others. In our society, it's not the mothers. Fathers govern and educate and show young boys how to dominate. And you don't have to be like them growing up in the clan. Refuse to be a man. Seventh grade, boys in the gym class talking about getting laid. And later after class, you see your best friend grabbing some girl's ass. Now you feel like you have to play, waiting anxiously for the next day. The whole class goes out to a movie. There's this girl sitting right next to you. Friends are egging you on, saying get to work. So you stick your hand down the girl's shirt. It didn't hurt, but you find out later from a friend she feels like dirt. And you don't apologize for fear your friends will call you queer. She's been humiliated and everyone knew this. So how could you do this? I refuse to be a man. I refuse to be a man. I refuse to be a man. At every age and every stage, the locks tighten down on the cage. Walking home from a high school dance, you see two athletes ripping off a girl's pants with no intention to quit. You knew it was wrong and you still didn't do shit. So the following day at school, when you were questioned, you act a fool. They were stars of the varsity squad. You looked up to them like God. And even if you tried to stop them, the coach would make sure that nothing would happen. Now you learn to look the other way. If you blew the whistle, what would your friends say? These are just your rites of passage. But does anybody consider the damage? Physical and emotional pain. But does this ever enter our brain? And what are our women's defenses when for men there are no consequences? Women getting justice is like any other myth. Look at William Kennedy Smith. It's a man's world and we knew this, and yet we continue to do this. Living at the frat and sexual violence is totally sanctioned. Work a job and work in the street, you still view women as a piece of meat. And the music you listen to is a subtle backing track to assault to. Pop, rap, and rock and roll. I don't condone that control of a woman's body as an object. When I see a man, I see a suspect. It doesn't matter what color or class. If you see a woman, you see tits and ass. A world of pornography, multi-billion-dollar industry gives men the authority to treat women like property. Degradation, exploitation, spiritual and genital mutilation. If I hear a man brag about his sexual prowess, pardon me if I call him a rapist, when only one woman out of 10 doesn't suffer the violence of men. If men got raped or men got pregnant, the situation would be drastically different. But that's why homophobia exists. Men can't deal with the threat of a twist, and men can't have a baby. They can't make life, so they take it away. You can be what you wanna be, but as long as women are oppressed, no men are free. Women don't need men to rescue them, they just need support from them. Only when men stand up to sexist men does the cycle of violence end. Only when men stand up to sexist men does the cycle of violence end. I refuse to be a man. Yeah, I just want to be a human being, right? Have feelings and care for people. I won't say all you punk fucking assholes who look at my wife up and down when she walks up the street and fuck all y'all. I also want to say fuck the men's movement, you know what I'm saying? The men's movement's been around for 1,000 years. Now all they want to do is wear fucking war paint, jack each other off in the fucking woods, you know what I'm saying? Peace. Also, I believe you, Anita.